If your spouse was recently diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's, there's a good chance your life suddenly feels divided into two timelines: before the diagnosis and whatever this is now. In this video, I want to walk through the first 7 practical steps that helped me start getting grounded after my wife's diagnosis. Not the whole future, not the next 5 years, just the next few steps. And what helped life start feeling a little more manageable for me. One of the hardest parts for me in the beginning was that the world seemed to keep moving like everything was normal, even though inside our home, nothing felt normal anymore. I still had to go to work every day, pay bills, make dinner, answer questions coming from every direction. Underneath all of that, my brain was trying to process what the heck do I do now? Because when everything feels too big, the most helpful thing is usually knowing what to do next. By the way, I put together a free guide called The First 100 Days After Diagnosis. I made this specifically for spouses who are trying to figure out what their next step is going to be. I put a link below. I truly hope it will help you out. Hi, my name is Matthew, and first of all, I'm a husband. I'm still a high school physics teacher, and now I'm a spouse caregiver. My wife has early onset Alzheimer's. She was only 53 when she was diagnosed, so this is not something I'm talking about from a distance. I know how strange and overwhelming the early stage was for me. From the outside, some days still look normal, but inside of our house, there were already appointments, repeated questions, paperwork, uncertainty, emotional weight, and decisions I never expected to face this soon. This channel is here for spouses navigating early onset Alzheimer's who need practical support, real tools, and a little more structure around what comes next. Quick note before we get into it, I'm not giving medical, legal, financial, or mental health advice here. I'm sharing practical caregiver organization and lived experience support. Always work with a qualified professional for your specific situation. Now, here are the first 7 steps I wish I had focused on sooner. Step 1, create one place for everything. Yeah, the first thing I would do if I had to do it again is create one place for everything. This could be a physical binder, a folder, a notebook, something that would be able to hold everything in one place. The format does not matter as much as the purpose. The purpose is this: your brain cannot hold everything. After a diagnosis, information starts coming from everywhere. You get doctor's notes, test results, medications, insurance papers, appointment cards, family questions, legal documents, random thoughts that you have at 2 o'clock in the morning. If all of that lives inside your head, you're going to feel more overwhelmed than you already do. So create one home base. I would include sections like diagnosis paperwork, list of all the medications, how to get a hold of the doctor and clinic, appointment notes, questions for your next visit, symptoms or behavior changes, family communication notes. You don't have to make it beautiful. You do not have to organize it perfectly. Just start collecting everything in one place. Think of it as your second brain. When someone asks, what medication are they on? I don't know, let me look. When did that symptom start? I've got that written down. What did the doctor say last time? There they are, right in my notes. You do need somewhere to look. Not because you're supposed to remember everything, because no spouse should have to carry all of that from memory during one of the hardest seasons in your life. So step 1 is simple. Create one place to put everything. Step 2, write down the next 3 appointments or conversations. The second step is to identify the next 3 appointments or conversations that would matter the most. After diagnosis, it can feel like there are 50 things to do. And eventually, yeah, there may be a lot to handle. But at the beginning, you want to reduce all that noise. Ask yourself, what are the next 3 conversations that would give us the most clarity? For many spouses, that may include a follow-up with a neurologist or memory clinic, a conversation with a primary care doctor, medication review, an HR benefits conversation if your spouse is still working, a conversation with one trusted family member or friend. You're not trying to solve every category today. You're trying to identify what needs to be scheduled, clarified, or prepared for next. Before each appointment or conversation, write down 3 things. What has changed? What am I worried about? And what decision or next step do I need help with? That alone can make appointments feel less chaotic. Because when you walk into a doctor's office or a professional meeting stressed and sleep deprived, it's easy to forget exact thing that you wanted to ask. So write it down before you go. The goal is not to become an expert overnight. The goal is to walk into each conversation with enough structure that you can leave with a clearer next step. Step 3, start tracking what you notice at home. The third step is to start tracking what you notice at home, not obsessively, not every minute, not in a way that makes your spouse feel watched. Just simple notes about patterns, because doctors and specialists see a very short appointment window and you see everyday life. You may notice things like repeated questions, confusions around time or plans, difficulty with tasks that used to be easy for them, changes in their mood, sleep patterns, stress triggers, medication side effects, moments when the day goes better. Yeah, that last one actually matters too. Don't only track problems, track what helps. Maybe mornings are easier than evenings. Maybe written reminders helps them out. Maybe a calm routine makes the day go smoother for them. These notes can help you prepare for appointments, notice patterns, and make daily life a little easier. A simple format is enough. Write down the date, the time, what you saw, what possibly triggered it, and what helped. That's it. You're not building a medical chart, you're building a practical awareness, and over time, that awareness can help you make better decisions at home and ask better questions in appointments. And I know this may already sound like a lot. That's why I want to keep emphasizing you do not need to solve your entire future today, this week, and this month. The goal right now is not perfection. The goal is reducing chaos enough that you can breathe again. Step 4, simplify the home routine before everything feels chaotic. The fourth step is to simplify your home routine. Early onset Alzheimer's does not only affect their memory, it can affect their confidence, communication skills, decision-making ability, emotional regulation, their independence, and the rhythm of the household. Because this is young onset, your spouse may still be physically active, trying to hold on just to a normal life. That can make the early stage feel confusing. Some things seem fine, and other things definitely don't. So instead of waiting until home life feels fully chaotic, start simplifying the routine now. This does not mean taking away independence. It does mean reducing unnecessary friction. A few examples: keep important items in the same place. Their keys, their remote, their glasses, make sure they can find those. Use a shared calendar or visible schedule. Create a simple morning rhythm. Use labels or reminders if they help out. Keep appointment information visible. Make medication a routine. Protect sleep and meals as much as possible. The goal is not to control every moment. The goal is to make the day easier to move through. A predictable routine can create a sense of safety. And when life feels uncertain, small predictable systems can reduce panic for both of you. Start with one part of the day. Do the mornings. Have your coffee, sit down, eat breakfast, and talk about what's going on that day. Pick one area and make it simple. That's enough to begin with. Step 5, choose one trusted person to bring in early. The fifth step is to choose one trusted person that will help you and bring them in early. I tried to carry everything privately for as long as possible, and honestly, I still do. I wanted to protect my wife's dignity. You may not even know what to say yet. My wish for you is that you find at least one safe person who knows what is happening and can support you. Mine happens to be my brother. Not everyone needs full access to every detail. One trusted person can make a big difference for you. The key is to be specific. Don't just say, we may need help sometime. Try something like this. I'm trying to build a little bit more support around us. Could you be someone I can call after appointments? Or possibly, could you check in with me once a week? People often say, let me know if you need anything. Most of them mean it. You just need to have a specific job that you can ask them to help. You need support before you're desperate. So start small. One person, one task, one conversation. That's enough for now. Step 6, separate what matters now from what can wait. The sixth step is to separate what matters now from what can wait until later. This is important because after diagnosis, everything felt urgent. Not everything was. Some things do need attention early. Things like follow-up appointments, how to track those medications, symptom tracking, family communication, setting up some home routines, and some of those safety concerns. The other things definitely did not need to be solved this first week. You don't need to decide every future care option today. You don't need to explain everything perfectly to everyone. You don't need to reorganize your entire life in one weekend. You definitely don't need to become an Alzheimer's expert overnight. Maybe never. You need a next step. That is the difference. When everything feels urgent, just ask yourself, what needs attention now? What needs attention this week? Maybe this month? What can be scheduled? What can wait? What do I probably need help with? This one habit can lower your pressure because the goal is not to carry the entire future today. The goal is to build enough structure that you can keep moving. Step 7, protect yourself from silent burnout. The 7th step is to start watching your own burnout early. This may feel strange because your spouse is the one that's just been diagnosed. So it is easy to tell yourself, my needs can wait. But spouse caregiving is not just a list of tasks. It is definitely emotional. It is relational. It is logistical. It is grief, love, paperwork, and daily life all tangled up together. Burnout can build quietly. Watch for signs like poor sleep, constant tension, snapping easier, feeling trapped, feeling like everything depends on you. Burnout does not mean you love your spouse less. It means the current load is heavier than the current support system you have built. So if you notice those signs, do not treat them as a personal failure. Treat them as information. You're not separate from the care plan. Your stability matters. So in recap, if your spouse has been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease, here are the first steps I would focus on. Number 1, create one place for everything. Number 2, write down the next 3 appointments or conversations. Number 3, start tracking what you notice at home. Number 4, simplify one part of your home routine. Number 5, bring in one trusted person early. 6, separate what matters now from what you can put off or what can wait. 7, watch your own burnout early. Not because this fixes everything, it doesn't, but it gives you a starting point. And sometimes a starting point is what keeps you from feeling completely buried. In closing, if you're walking through the early stages of early onset Alzheimer's with your spouse, I want this channel to become a place where things feel a little less overwhelming and a little more manageable. So if that would be something you would like, please subscribe. If you need a little more structure right now, grab the free download, First 100-Day Guide below. It walks through the practical areas many spouses feel overwhelmed by early on. Your appointments, paperwork, some routines, a support system, and what actually needs to happen first. Sometimes having a simple roadmap can help things feel a little less chaotic. If you feel comfortable, leave a comment telling me which part feels hardest right now. I read every comment, and it helps me know what support to build next. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, find the joy in the moments that you can today. See you next time.